Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, folks. There's a buzz around the NFL circles, and it's all pointing towards a potential move that could shake up the NFC East, and more specifically, give the Giants a much-needed shot of youth and explosiveness on offense. Rumors are swirling that the Los Angeles Chargers, sitting at a 4-4 record and struggling with a crowded receiving core, are eyeing a trade involving Tree Harris, the young receiver out of Ole Miss, to the New York Giants. And let me tell you, this isn't just some idle speculation. It's rooted in real sources and could very well materialize before the trade deadline hits on November 4th. Now, why would the Chargers, a team that's been trying to get over the hump all season, consider trading away a promising young receiver like Harris? Well, it's a combination of factors. First, the Chargers are sitting with an $11 million cap hit and are desperate to free up some space to bolster their defense, especially after some shaky performances that have seen them give up around 25 points per game. They're also looking to acquire draft picks, particularly in the secondary, where they've been burned by big plays and struggling against the pass. With Quentin Johnston showing flashes but still raw, Harris's role in their offense has been somewhat limited, especially in a crowded receiver room that includes other young options and veterans. Sources indicate that the Chargers are culling their roster, looking to trim fat and focus on building a more sustainable team for the future. Harris, who's only in his rookie season in 2024, is seen as a potential trade chip that could bring back a fourth-round pick in 2026. The logic is straightforward. Harris's vertical speed and contested catch ability could be exactly what the Giants need to stretch defenses and open up more intermediate routes. Plus, cutting him loose would free up around $7 million in cap space, which they could then redirect towards extensions for key players or to shore up the defense. It's a move that echoes the Chargers' recent history of trading young talent to manage their cap and roster flexibility, similar to what they did with Palmer in 2024. But let's shift gears and talk about what this could mean for the Giants. At 3-5, the Giants are still firmly in the playoff hunt, but they've been hampered by limited playmakers at the wide receiver position. Wan'Dale Robinson has shown flashes, but injuries and inconsistent targets have made it tough for the offense to sustain drives and generate big chunk plays. Enter Tree Harris, whose profile as a vertical threat and contested catch specialist could add a whole new dimension to Brian Daboll's offense. Harris's stats are pretty impressive for a rookie. He's got early career totals of around 985 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns in 2024, with some injury setbacks, hamstring issues in Week 5, but he bounced back in Week 9 with a 6-reception, 102-yard game against the Chiefs. Harris's strengths are underlined by his college tape, where he amassed over 100 yards and 14 touchdowns at Ole Miss, and in the pros, he's shown consistent hands with just a 2% drop rate. His yards after catch, YAC, numbers are solid, averaging 138 in 2025, and he's a reliable target in contested situations, with a contested catch win rate around 48%. His ability to stretch the field vertically makes him a perfect complement to the Giants' current receiving core, which has struggled with low YAC totals and limited big plays. When compared to Wan'Dale Robinson, Harris could add about 16 yards per route, an EPA boost of around 0.3, and an extra 110 yards YAC per game, numbers that could significantly elevate the Giants' passing attack. Now let's talk about the big potential impact. If the Giants manage to snag Harris, he could immediately become a focal point for their offense, especially in third down and red zone situations. His vertical speed and contested catch ability mean he can be a difference maker on those crucial drives where a chunk play can turn the tide of a game. The Giants have been somewhat hamstrung by low YAC and limited deep threat options, but Harris's addition could change all that. Imagine Daniel Jones with a reliable target who can win contested catches down the sideline or in tight coverage. That would open up the entire offense, allowing the Giants to diversify their passing game and keep defenses honest. And speaking of the playoff picture, Harris's arrival could be a catalyst for a late-season push. The odds for the Giants to reach the Super Bowl have fluctuated between +12-0 and +9-0, but with him stepping in as a vertical X-factor, those numbers could tighten. Harris's ability to beat man coverage, +10% success rate versus zone, and his knack for making acrobatic catches in tight windows could be the difference maker in playoff games, especially against tough defenses like the Commanders' secondary, which has struggled against big plays, allowing around 27 points per game and leaving plenty of room for the Giants' offense to exploit. What makes this even more exciting for Giants fans is how Harris's profile fits the Daboll-based approach: fast, reliable, and capable of making plays when it matters most. His projected stats for the rest of the season: around 900 yards and 6 touchdowns, which would be a huge boost for the team's vertical passing game. Plus, with Daniel Jones's QBR sitting at 82.4, Harris's presence could elevate the offense's EPA per pass even further, helping them sustain drives and turn close games into wins. Of course, not everything is perfect. There are some concerns about Harris's injury history, hamstring issues earlier this season, but he's shown resilience, bouncing back with a big game against the Chiefs. His blocking isn't elite, but he's decent enough to contribute in the run game when needed. What really matters is his ability to stretch the field and make contested catches, which could complement the Giants' existing weapons perfectly. His addition would be akin to what the Chargers experienced in 2024 when he was part of their offense, providing a +9% increase in big plays and helping elevate their passing attack to new heights. Now, let's not forget the bigger picture. The Chargers, with their cautious approach, seem to see Harris more as a trade asset than a core piece, especially given their cap situation and roster needs. For the Giants, though, this could be a game changer, injecting youthful energy into a receiving core that desperately needs it. Harris's potential to become a primary vertical weapon could shift the division dynamics, making the Giants more dangerous in the second half of the season and into the playoffs. In conclusion, this trade, or at least the rumors surrounding it, highlight how the Giants are looking to capitalize on opportunities and add explosive elements to their offense. Harris's speed, contested catchability, and YAC potential could turn out to be what the Giants need to elevate their game and finally make a deep playoff run. While the Chargers are playing their cards close to the chest, the possibility of Harris donning the Giants' blue and white is enough to excite the fan base and make everyone believe that brighter days are ahead, especially if this move comes to fruition. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Harris could be the spark our offense needs to take the next step? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Giants news. Let's keep the passion alive and keep believing that this season could be something special. After all, in the NFL, anything can happen, and with a little bit of luck and the right moves, the Giants might just surprise everyone.